Today, we're talking about a digital disaster so massive, it's being called a ticking time bomb for Western civilization. Yeah, you heard that right. This isn't some dystopian sci-fi plot. It's real, it happened, and it could happen again. So buckle up, because we're breaking down an explosive interview with Zach Vorhies, Google whistleblower, tech insider, and the guy who's sounding the alarm on how one single software update nearly brought the modern world to its knees. Picture this. You're at the airport. Flights are grounded. Hospitals can't access patient records. Banks, frozen. Payroll systems, dead. All because of one bad update from a cybersecurity company called CrowdStrike. Sound like a nightmare? It was, for millions of people. Zach explains that CrowdStrike's software is supposed to protect computers from hackers. Instead, it became the hacker, crashing Windows servers worldwide with the infamous blue screen of death. Why? Because it injected faulty code into a system driver, a core part of the operating system. When that driver crashed, it didn't just freeze your computer, it bricked it. Now here's where it gets wild. Early reports suggested the corrupted file was just filled with zeros, like someone forgot to finish writing the code. But Zach dug deeper and found that wasn't always the case. Some systems had different corrupted data. So, what really went wrong? Here's the scary part. This never should have happened. Companies like CrowdStrike are supposed to test updates before rolling them out. They use staging environments, automated checks, and gradual releases, like sending it to a small group first to catch disasters before they go global. But CrowdStrike, they skipped all of that. They pushed the update everywhere at once, on a Friday. Tech rule number 1, never deploy on a Friday. No warnings, no opt-outs, just boom. Millions of systems down. Zach's theory? Someone rushed it. Maybe to go on vacation. Maybe something darker. Because here's the thing. This wasn't just a glitch. It was a weapon. CrowdStrike's software has deep access to your system. It can inject code, monitor processes, and as we just saw, shut everything down. If this was malware, it'd be the most effective cyber attack in history. And get this, Russia's systems weren't affected. Why? Because they mostly run Linux, not Windows. Linux doesn't let companies push updates without permission. Windows? It's a centralized, closed system. Microsoft controls it, and so do the companies they partner with. But the real shocker? This wasn't even a new bug. The flaw was already lurking in CrowdStrike's code, a ticking time bomb, just waiting for the right conditions to explode. And Zach warns, there could be more. Think about that. Right now, on servers worldwide, there could be other hidden flaws, just waiting for a trigger. A bad data file, a malicious actor, a nation-state deciding to flip the switch. This whole mess exposes a terrifying truth. We don't control our own tech. Windows is a black box. Microsoft decides what runs on it, and companies like CrowdStrike get God mode access. Linux? Open source. Transparent. You decide what updates to install. But most of the world runs on Windows. And that makes us incredibly vulnerable. So will companies ditch Windows after this? Some might. Elon Musk immediately pulled CrowdStrike from Tesla's systems. But for most, it's not that easy. Too much legacy software, too much hardware tied to Windows. But here's the bottom line. This wasn't just an oopsie. It was a warning. A warning that our digital infrastructure is fragile, that a single line of bad code can cripple society, and that until we demand transparency and decentralization, we're all just one update away from chaos. If this doesn't make you rethink how much trust we put in big tech, I don't know what will. Because next time, it might not be an accident. It might be war. Want to dive deeper? Check out Zach Vorhies' book, Google Leaks, and follow him at a perpetual maniac on Twitter, or X, whatever. And hey, maybe give Linux a try. Your computer and your sanity might thank you. Thanks for tuning in, Bright Minds. Stay curious, stay skeptical, and always have a backup plan. See you next time.
This has been a BrightLearn.ai summary of an interview between Zach Vorhies and Mike Adams on July 22, 2024. The full interview is available at brighteon.com, where you can also find podcasts and special reports by Mike Adams and other creators. Visit naturalnews.com for full editorial coverage of this interview and breaking news on critical stories that will keep you informed and aware of what's really going on.